Well, the American Heart Association has two, not just one, but two Big Heart Walk events coming up.
Yeah, it's even healthier to go to two, right?
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, Andrea Ooten, the Executive Director for the American Heart Association, and Mark Meade, a volunteer with the American Heart Association. They join us now to share more about the walks and the importance of learning hands-on CPR. First of all, thank you very much for being here. And second, two big events.
Two events, yes. So we have our first one coming up this weekend. We're going to be at Clark Regional Medical Center in Winchester, Kentucky for the Joe Reed Memorial Heart Walk. That will start at 9 o'clock. So registration is at 9. The walk itself is at 9:30. And then a couple weeks later, we're going to be at Keeneland for our Central Kentucky Heart Walk, which is our much larger event. We have about 2,500 people that come out to that each year. And so that's a great time to come out and walk and enjoy the beautiful sights of Keeneland.
Yeah, you see spots of Keeneland you normally don't get to see.
Yes,
Because I've done, believe it or not, I've done that walk. I've done it a couple of times. I know, right? Beautiful scenery out there, India.
You've actually done the walk?
Yeah, I really have.
With your legs?
Yes.
Somebody didn't push you in a stroller?
Yes, I
All
walked
right.
it.
Will you have maybe some people who are going to assist with maybe some, listening to your heart? How does the event all work out?
Yes, so we will have hands-only CPR demonstrations, so people can come out and try their hands at that. It's really important to learn hands-only CPR, and that's a huge part of what we're talking about in joining a nation of lifesavers. We want to turn a nation of bystanders into a nation of lifesavers so that people will jump into action if someone goes into cardiac arrest.
Mark, tell us about, you're a volunteer with the association. Tell us about how your journey to get into that.
Well, it all started really 6 years ago, and I was a victim of sudden cardiac arrest. I was doing a stress test at UK Hospital, thank goodness, because very few people survive sudden cardiac arrest. I was on a treadmill and went down around 30 of the most talented cardiologists in the state. And so it took them 10 hours to get me back. I went down at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and made it back at midnight that night. So 2 stents on Friday, had another code on Sunday, 2 more stents Sunday night, 6 days on life support and medically induced coma, and 60 days later, back at work.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. When,
That is
so it
amazing.
started 6 years ago. That's when you went through your episode.
It was November 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so now you work closely with the American Heart Association. Tell me what that journey has been like.
Well, I'm really just getting started with the American Heart Association. I've been working as a volunteer at UK Hospital. I'm an ECMO mentor, which is the life support I was on. I'm also in a advisory committee for the Department of Cardiology, and then really just started with American Heart Association about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And so what I'm really interested in is an education and awareness campaign. So if you are in where I was 6 years ago, to understand the risks, understand the treatment options, and understand how to live a full life.
And people can get all this information. They come out to the event. It's not about the walk. The walk's great, but there's so much valuable information right there, too.
There is, and we try to really make it fun for kids and families to come out as well. So, kids can participate in different activities. We have a lot of really great businesses that will be out with us as well. So they'll be talking about various different ways that you can be healthier. And so really just wanting to celebrate those survivors like Mark who've shared their time with us, but also, to be able to just remind people of what they can do to take care of their heart.
Absolutely. So if someone is not able to make it out to one or either event, how can they still donate? How can they still help?
That is a great question. So they can go to heart.org/centralkywalk. That's the easiest way to get involved, and we can also connect with people if they're interested in volunteering as well.
And they can register ahead of time for these events,
yes,
right over there, too?
Yes, they can register ahead of time.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being
both.
here.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And thanks for sharing your story. We appreciate you.
Of course.
You look great, by the way.